we doing, everybody? And welcome to Wisconsin Sports on the Go with Trag. I'm your host, Trag. It is Tuesday, a fantastic Tuesday. And well, if you're listening today, that means that you didn't get in a crash yesterday. You turned your headlights on during the eclipse out there. And hopefully you're not one of those who are claiming disability today because, well, they got blinded looking into the solar eclipse. The special glasses, right? The special glasses that you could get for I don't know, $3, whatever it was, for these glasses that are going to protect you from these. I mean, it was just ridiculous, some of the prices I saw for these glasses that help you see. But I didn't get to see it here. Central Wisconsin, we didn't get to see much of it, to be honest with you. It was overcast, cloudy all day long. I mean, it got dim, right? But that could also be it was getting cloudy out there. We didn't see the sun. We saw the sun once today. We saw the sun. It was probably about 10 o'clock in the morning. And we were all standing there at work. We're like, man, we were working outside all day. We're like, man, we're going to see this thing. We're going to be able to at least see a little bit of it or see it get dark. No, it cloudy. Started to sprinkle a little bit. And we're like, yeah, there goes our day. Saw a lot of pictures, though. That's what I said. I was like, I don't need to see it. All these people going down to Indy, the Speedway down there, watching it from there. And then everything else, I was like, somebody's going to post a video. Somebody's going to post it online. Somebody's going to do this. Somebody's going to do that. So, I mean, got to see it there in that kind of aspect. But good stuff yesterday there. We're going to talk about it a little bit today. Right now, watching the national championship game right now. So not going to be able to talk about that one yet. We'll get more into the NCAA men's, the season wrap-up, everything like that tomorrow here on the show. But for today, a little bit shorter of a show today. Not a lot going on in Wisconsin sports today. So right away, I want to look at the Brewer game from last night there. The 10-8 finish there. The Reds got the win over the Brewers. And, I mean, right out the gates, the Reds jumped out to a 2-0 lead. Then they used that fourth inning, 6 runs in the fourth inning there, and that was the big difference maker in this game here. Brewers played catch-up the entire game, and, well, I mean, you can't knock the team. They fought in this game to get back into it. At one point, down 8-0 in this game, got it to 8-3. Then the Reds added on another run, 9-3. Then the Brewers got back into it, 9-6. Then they got all the way back into it to 9-8 before Ellie De La Cruz hit that inside the park home run. That was the 10-8 deficit. That would be the finish. The final bell rang, and the Brewers were on the losing end of this one. So Aaron Ashby takes the loss for the Brewers. Ashcraft gets the win for the Reds, even though he did not pitch well. I mean, the Brewers scored a lot of runs against Ashcraft. I was surprised they left him out there as long as they did, but the Reds let it ride with Ashcraft there, and the Brewers jumped on him a little bit, but still, he got the win in this one. Looking at the Brewers lineup, it took a while, but the Brewers got the bats going there. And it started Oliver Dunn 1 for 5 in that leadoff spot. Contreras 2 for 5 on the ball game there. He's still batting .389. Contreras is off to a hot start. Yelich 1 for 4 with that big 2-run home run late in that one. Adames 0 for 5, but son of a gun, he was robbed of a home run there to right. That was just, 0 for 5 looks bad, but then you watch the game there, it's like crap. That was a big blow that Adames took there with that home run robbery by Stuart Fairchild out there in right. Sal Frelick 2 for 3 in the middle of the order there. 2 runs scored on the ball game. Rhys Hoskins 1 for 5. Churro 1 for 4. Trag went 2 for 4 with a big home run. He had 4 RBIs in this game. And Joey Ortiz 2 for 4 on the ball game there. So good stuff on the Brewers hitting late in this one. 12 hits in total there. 8 runs scored all the way around. 7 RBIs in this one, but 11 strikeouts. Brewers struck out 11 times in this ball game here. Looking at the pitching, and this is where my opinion might differ from others, right? Aaron Ashby in this game, 3 2/3, 6 hits, 8 runs, 4 earned runs. I'm going to say that again. 8 runs, 4 earned runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and a home run given up. Brewers, 3 errors in this ballgame. Now, I get the argument. Aaron Ashby hasn't pitched well for the Brewers yet. I get that. 100% agree with anybody who wants to say that. I will say that to you. Aaron Ashby has not proven enough to me for me to say that he is a solid guy in this rotation. He is going to be a guy of the future for the Brewers. He has not done enough for me to say any of those things yet. But the one thing that I can say about Aaron Ashby was in this game, Aaron Ashby did not pitch as bad as what the stat line reads. That's simple as that. He did not pitch as bad as the stat line reads. I look at games, and when I look at games, I look in between, in the innings, right? those innings where there were errors, right? The throwing error by Joey Ortiz. Elly De La Cruz ended up stealing third. He ended up coming home on a ground ball. Then the solo shot in that inning. Should have been 2 outs there, possibly 3 after that one there. So you got that there. Then you look at the 2 drop balls by Rhys Hoskins at first base. That was in that big 6-run 4th inning there. That was another chance for the Brewers to be able to help out Aaron Ashby on the mound. I get it when you want to say that he did not pitch his best game. He didn't. He didn't pitch great. I won't say that he pitched fantastic. I won't say that he pitched great. I will say that he pitched fine in this game. His changeup he was throwing the changeup very well. The one bad changeup he threw was to Spencer Steer. And I believe Steer hit that thing into the gap for a double, 2 runs came in to score. Outside of that, besides the home run by Benson, I believe Benson's the one who hit the home run there for the Reds, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Benson hit that home run for the Reds there. Outside of the Benson home run, there were not that many hard hit balls by this Reds team against Aaron Ashby early on. And that's when everybody was like, oh, Aaron, I was scrolling through Twitter. I was getting all the feeds, and it was, oh, Aaron Ashby this, Aaron Ashby this. And a lot of, I don't want to say it here on the show, but a lot of foul language in front of B or anything like that. And I'm like, okay, I get it. But you look 2 days earlier, DL Hall. You look 3 days earlier at Freddie Peralta, 3 runs. Both of them gave up there. All earned, both of them. Okay? So to say that Aaron Ashby's outing was that bad, okay, if you're just looking at earned runs, the same aspect, right? The same aspect. They were hitting the ball against Ashby, but weak contact. We talked about in the past with Adrian Hauser, right? Hauser would give up a lot of hits, but it wasn't like it was hard hit balls. Guys weren't making solid contact against Hauser. Hauser was just giving up tic-tac little balls through the infield. They were finding holes. The Reds found holes in this game here. They weren't hitting the ball hard. I mean, Elly De La Cruz, he hit that one 450 feet against Butkus there. But other than that, I mean, Elly De La Cruz did not have a hard hit ball. His single to right was not a hard hit ball against Aaron Ashby. And there was a couple other hits by him. I mean, there was probably, I would say, outside of foul balls and everything like that, there was probably 3 balls hit in play against Aaron Ashby that I can solidly say that I can recall off the top of my head that were solid hits. Outside of that, I mean, 6 hits given up in total. And this is his first start in the big since 2022. And everybody's going to go back to 2022 and they're going to say, oh my God, back in 2022, he was so bad and this and that. He was young. He was still developing back in 2022. We're all acting like Aaron Ashby was supposed to jump into this rotation and automatically be Corbin Burnes. Automatically come into this rotation and be Jacob deGrom. That's what we were all hoping. That's the hope, right? But it's not reality. Reality is Aaron Ashby was a project. He's always been a project. He's had the stuff. Now he had the shoulder problem, so now he lost the velocity. He doesn't have the same velocity. Before he struggled with location, but when you throw hard, location isn't as big of a deal. Now that he's only topping like 93, guess what? Big league hitters see 93 when they're still playing in high school nowadays. They're used to 93. So when you get up to this point now, everything has to be working. Look at Zach Davies when he was with the Brewers. Did he throw hard? No, not at all. Brent Suter when he was with the Brewers. Did he throw hard? No. Location was massive for those guys. Even a guy like Francisco Rodriguez. I mean, you can go all the way back to K-Rod when he was closing down games for the Brewers. Was it hard stuff? Was he throwing this nasty? He threw nasty crap, but was he throwing hard? No, not at all. But the difference is Ashby's still a work in progress. I thought this might have been too early to bring him out, to be honest with you. He's got 1 start so far in the minors this year, and besides that, spring training. And not much in spring training. So you're talking about a guy who hasn't really pitched since 2022. And we're already shoveling him. We're like, get out of here. We're done. Oh, give me a break. Give me a break. I mean, if we have to sit through Christian Yelich for how many years of him? I mean, he's gotten better. I'm not going to say that Christian Yelich hasn't gotten better. I am not going to say it. But he had some dumpster fire years. And we sat through that. And we said to ourselves, he'll figure it out. Guess what he did? He figured it out on the backside. Corbin Burnes. After 2018, he came back. He struggled. The Brewers fixed Corbin Burnes. What tells you Aaron Ashby can't be the next project pitcher? The Brewers do wonders with pitchers. What tells you that Aaron Ashby can't be that next candidate? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. You can look at stats all you want. But I tell you what, if there's an organization, I mean, the Rays would be my number one. But if there's an organization I trust to grow pitching and young prospects right now, is the Brewers. We're looking at it. We're looking at Jackson Churro. We're looking at Sal Frelick. We're looking at Abner Uribe and a couple of these, Jacob Mizorowski coming through the ranks, a guy like Robert Gasser coming up, Carlos F. Rodriguez. We're looking at pitchers, the Brewers, Brandon Woodruff, Corbin Burns, Freddie Peralta. I can keep naming off guys the Brewers have built up throughout the years here. We're talking about an organization that does wonders building pitchers and hitters in that aspect. So for you to tell me that we're already going to throw in the towel on Aaron Ashby after this Brewers organization apparently thinks that he might have the stuff, giving him a pretty good deal with, I believe it was like 5 years. They signed him to a couple years ago there. So then it comes down to that was a bad signing. That was a bad contract, and the Brewers got to eat it. I don't know. I don't know. What I'm saying is I'm not going to take this one outing where I did not think he pitched that bad and close it down on him. I'm going to say that. If the Brewers played fantastic defense and Aaron Ashby gave up 8 runs, my story's different right now. My story's completely different. But what I saw on the field versus what everybody is going to be talking about are two different things. Two different things. And call me crazy. You might not agree. And that's a big thing. Nobody wants to agree. But it's okay. We don't have to agree on that statement. But what I'm saying is if he starts, if they give him another start, okay, and he gives up a boatload of runs, boatload of hits, boatload of runs, right? Then we can say, okay, enough's enough. We've seen enough. Send him down there, get him figured out down in the minors, and then we'll give him another shot. Or never. Some people would say never. But if you give him another shot and he pitches like this and the Brewers eliminate the errors and they are able to get him through 5, if he gave up 3 runs through 5 innings, that's fine. That's okay. I'm a basketball, that's okay with me. He's a number 5 in the rotation, right? Adrian Hauser gave you that same thing. Nobody was saying that we should get rid of him right off the bat. No, you're going to have guys who give you 3 runs a game. Your offense has got to pick it up at some point. It's just when it gets down to the simple fact of there was 8 runs scored in this game off Aaron Ashby, and only 4 of them are earned. That's the difference maker for me. So I did not think Aaron Ashby pitched that bad in this game here. But keeping with the pitchers there, J.B. Buckus, inning and a third, 2 hits, 1 earned run in the game, 1 strikeout, a home run given up. Payamps came in, pitched well. I mean, his last outing didn't go so hot. This outing here, the velocity was back. Everything was great. Inning pitched, 1 strikeout. Hudson, he came in for an inning, 2 hits, 1 earned run there, and a walk, 1 home run. That was the L.A. De La Cruz inside the Parker. And then Bryce Wilson for an inning and 2 strikeouts there. So Bryce Wilson bounces back, and so does Payamps there. So the bullpen, they step in, take care of business here, and they looked a lot better doing it. Some of the bigger guys in the bullpen there taking care of business for the Brewers. So good stuff there. In that game, well, I shouldn't say good stuff. Not a great game because the Brewers lost, right? But outside of that, there was some good things to take away from this game against the Reds there. But with that, before we move on here and talk about this game a little bit more here, I just wanted to mention a few of our sponsors here quick. First, Game Day Supply in on Alaska. Do you have a sports club or team? Are you looking for some sweet custom uniforms or apparel? Check out the awesome crew at Game Day Supply in on Alaska to help your team get the sweetest gear. Find them on Facebook at Game Day Supply or online at GameDaySupply.net. Also, Pittsville Farm and Home Center. At the store, they serve you anything from hydraulic hoses to red roses. Stop in and see the awesome crew at Pittsville Farm and Home Center in Pittsville, Wisconsin. And also Marshfield Motor Speedways, located just 3 miles outside Marshfield on County Road 8. I was just driving past there today, coming back from work, and looking at the track, I was like, man, there is going to be some great stuff happening there in a few weeks here. So check out the schedule on Facebook. Check it out online. Just search Marshfield Motor Speedways. Check them out there. You got to get down to the track this summer for some fantastic racing. It's great. Great family fun for all ages down there. So get down to the track this summer here. But with that, a couple more things. Coming out of the Brewers game there, Bryce Trag has been playing phenomenal for the Brewers. in this early season here. A lot of barrel to the ball baseball here for Bryce Trag. A lot of what we didn't see last year. The fastball, he wasn't a very good fastball hitter last year. This year, we're seeing this guy teeing off on him. It's a different approach for him, right? Short, compact to the baseball. Bryce Trag's playing well. We talked about it yesterday there. Oliver Dunn in the leadoff spot, and I like it. I got to be honest with you. This guy puts the bat on the baseball, and he gets on for you. This guy is going to put the ball in play, and he's going to battle in counts, and that's what you love in a leadoff guy. I think he stepped up big time, and I think I could see him in the leadoff spot for the Brewers here for an extended amount of time, to be honest with you there. Batting a lot in the DH role right now for the Brewers. I'm not opposed to him at third base either. So, but if he's the DH, he's the DH. That's just how it's got to roll there. Sal Frelick, he's settling in there. He's settling in the middle of the order right now. Look at this game here. He was 2 for 3. His average is up to 267 now. Started out the season at the top. Wasn't doing very hot. You move him down in the order. He's been playing well. So good stuff there out of Sal Frelick. Defense for the Brewers. We've seen him play fantastic, and now we've seen the worst it could possibly be. Rhys Hoskins, couple drops. Joey Ortiz, couple throwing errors. It happens. Brush it off, move on. Good stuff to come here. We saw this defense early on. We know this is a very good defense for the Brewers here. Just a rough game all the way around for the Brewers. I don't know, maybe it was a solar eclipse. I saw Rhys Hoskins with the glasses on looking up. Maybe he got the real cheap pair of glasses. They didn't work out too hot. I don't know. I don't know what happened there, but not so good on the defensive side last night for the Brewers. But, hey, looking forward, it's going to be all good on that aspect of it. So, Brewers, they lose the game to the Reds. They will be in action again today here. That'll be a 5:40 start for that one. Joe Ross taking on Frankie Montas for the Reds there. Montas is at 2-0 with a .77 ERA. Joe Ross in his one start this year, he's got nothing across the board there and 3 strikeouts on the year so far. Joe Ross, he's faced a couple of the guys in this order here. Candelero, he's got 3 at-bats against him with a home run. India with 1 at-bat. And then Martini with 1 RBI. And Stevenson, 2 at-bats against him. The Brewers have faced Montas a little bit there. Yelich, he's had you have a couple guys with not much success against him there in Sanchez and Yelich. Hoskins, 2 at-bats. He's got 2 RBIs. Adames, 5 at-bats. He's got 3 RBIs and a home run. And then we're looking at Jake Bauers, 9 at-bats, 1 RBI, and a 1.11 batting average against him. So Brewers, Reds, game 2. I believe we're going to see a lot of good games between the Brewers and Reds this season. This could honestly be the 1-2 in the division when it's all wrapped up. You got Pirates in there yet, right? The Pirates have been rolling to start the year. But I really do think it might come down to Brewers and Reds when it's all said and done here. So good stuff with the Brewers. That game will be on Bally tonight and also on the radio there, WTMJ 620 or the Brewers Radio Network. Wherever you get the Brewers, right? Central Wisconsin down to Black River Falls in that area, it's 99.7. You get up to the north a little bit, we get it on 107.1 around here. You get the AM station. I'm not sure what AM station it is. I flip through the AM, it pops up, right? That's how I find it there. And then otherwise, on TV, Bally Sports Wisconsin, or on the MLB at Bat app, if you just feel like checking out the score there. So, good stuff there with the Brewers. Moving on here. We got the Bucks. The Bucks are in action coming up tonight against the Celtics. And we don't know what the Celtics are going to throw at you, right? They've already locked up the best record in the NBA, and they are the number 1 overall seed in the Eastern Conference. So Bucks have a lot to play for, though, because the Bucks currently sitting in second place. They've locked up the playoffs, but the Orlando Magic sitting 16 games back, and the Knicks are also 16 games back. The Cleveland Cavaliers 16.5, and the Pacers at 17.5. The Bucks are at 15 games back right now. They have the Magic twice yet. They have the Celtics, the Magic twice, and OKC yet. The Magic are running rampant right now, and they've won 6 of their last 10 games. You look at the Knicks, they've won 5 of their last 10. And you look at the Pacers, 7 of their last 10. The Cavs, they've been a little cooler here, 3 of their last 10 here, but all within striking distance of the Bucks here as we get down the stretch. So the Bucks need to figure it out here tonight. Somehow, some way, some shape and form, figure out how to score some buckets here against the Celtics and pick up a win. They got to pick up a win here. And I asked around, before I get to my question that I asked on Facebook today, I want to mention a couple more of our sponsors here real quick. First, your hometown team, Century 21 Gold Key Realty. Call Peggy Sue or Anna to find your dream home, or if you're looking to sell. Find them on Facebook at your hometown team, Century 21 Gold Key Realty, or stop in and see them at their location in Marshfield. Also, Sports Scene, sports cards and memorabilia. Stop in there in the Marshfield Mall and see Al. He's got everything you need, from sporting cards to memorabilia to jerseys, model stock cars. He's got it all down there. Everything you need for your hobby enthusiast. Check him out there, Sports Scene in Marshfield, Wisconsin. And also Sport and Spine Clinic in Greenwood, Wisconsin. If you've been injured lately, whether at work, whether it's on the baseball field, softball field, whatever it is, and you need some physical therapy, stop in there in Greenwood, Wisconsin and see Chad. He will get you right. He'll get you back to work, back on the court, back on the field, whatever it was. Whatever happened, he'll get you back from it. Sport and Spine Clinic in Greenwood, Wisconsin there. But I asked out on Facebook today. I had to see where some people were sitting with this Bucks team. So I said, Bucks fans, in your eyes, what is going on with this team? Does this team still have the ability, in your eyes, to make a run in the playoffs? Looking for, and I just went on there, but he had a couple of replies there. Kevin Owens, he said, of course they're going to make a run. If anything, it's the new fan base that's, I don't know if I can swear on the air, so I'm going to say but. We're going to say but. That's but. So much expectations and don't contribute to nothing and get it going or protect home base. The same crap was said when they won a few years back. This, not the Brewers or Packers. That is from Kevin Owens. Not the Kevin Owens from the WWE, though. Don't get it mistaken. Not the Kevin Owens from the WWE. He was at WrestleMania the other night. Anybody check out WrestleMania? Fantastic stuff. Cody Rhodes, right? Cody Rhodes, the new Universal Champion. If you watch WrestleMania, that was great stuff. You saw The Undertaker come back. You saw The Rock. You saw John Cena. You saw Seth Rollins come back as the Shield. I watched that game. I was doing the show last night. I was watching that. I was like, I can't do both here. I'm watching this and I'm trying to talk about baseball, and it's like it's not working out too well. But I ended up having to rewind it, rewatch it, because I was like, I missed a lot that happened here. I mean, Jimmy and J.O. started coming out. Everything was going nuts there. So it was a fantastic WrestleMania last night there. But getting off topic, right? Getting off topic. Kevin Owens, not the Kevin Owens from WWE, different Kevin Owens there. I mean, I get it. I get what you're saying with, I guess, the Bucks being able to make a run there. But, you know, I don't agree with the expectation part, right? Because the second that the Bucks got Damian Lillard, the expectations went through the roof. You know, you already had expectations with Drew Holiday and even Middleton coming back to this team with Giannis. You had the expectations. And then all of a sudden, you get Damian Lillard, who is supposed to be one of the better shooters, better scorers in the game at the point guard position. And now this team's, everybody, Vegas, everybody's like, this is the team. This is the team to compete with the Denver Nuggets for this next championship. And flip the script, it's like the Bucks regress. So, I mean, you're talking about expectations, but the expectations went through the roof with the signing of Damian Lillard. So I can't agree with the portion of expectations for this team were different, because, I mean, as fans, right, you're talking about fans who don't contribute to nothing. I mean, that I don't agree with that one either, because fan atmosphere is what makes it. I mean, you can go back to, I was just watching today. Which one was it? Was it Josh Gasser is doing the tribute to the 2014 Badger run to the Final Four? I believe that Josh Gasser. If it's not Ben Brust, it might be Ben Brust is doing that. And I was watching, and they were talking. I think he was talking to Big Cat. He was talking to Big Cat Barstool there, and he said, you know, the atmosphere inside the BMO Harris Bradley Center when the Badgers played there against Oregon, that was a big reason why the Badgers won, right? And Josh Gasser will tell you that everybody off that team, because Wisconsin fell behind, and that was a big reason why they came back. Now, college, NBA, two different things, but the atmosphere does help you. So fans' expectations for a team and fans' contributions to a team, that's 100% true. Like, fans contribute a lot more to teams than you think. Like, you look at the Pirates. I mean, you could go all the way back to when the Pirates and Reds faced each other in the playoffs there for a wild card, and the fans were going so crazy. Johnny Cueto stepped up on the mound and dropped the baseball. Like, just flustered by how loud it was at PNC. And so to tell me that fans don't contribute to nothing, no. I think that's a load of bullhooky. I'll be honest with you. I think that's a load of bullhooky. I don't think the fan base is crap either. I really don't. I think the fan base of Milwaukee has seen this team at its peak, right? We saw this team at its peak with PJ Tucker and with Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton and Giannis. Now we got this prolific scorer in Damian Lillard who is supposed to put us over the top. And now we're falling way short of expectations, right? We're sitting 15 games back of the Celtics right now. 15 games back. And if that's what you expected heading into this season, if you expected the Bucks to drop 4 games in a row, 3 of which were to teams like the Wizards, the Raptors, and the Grizzlies without Ja Morant or really anybody, I would tell you that you were nuts. I would, because that's crazy. That's just nuts. The expectations for the Bucks going into this year were astronomical because of the roster that they put together. Now, did anybody look at the depth? No. Did anybody look at how they were going to use players? No. But when they looked at this team, they said to themselves, we have Giannis, we have Dame, we have Middleton, we have Lopez coming back. This is a solid ball club. 4 guys. You have a big 3, right? You have a big 3 now. Now, it doesn't help injuries and everything like that, but that happens throughout years. And it still comes down to the fact that this team doesn't play well when they're all out there. This team doesn't play well when 2 of them are out there. This team struggles mightily even with the big 3 on the court. They haven't played a lot together, but they've still struggled. And then Giannis and Dame, they've struggled at times together on the court. So I don't think it's as much as, fans are the crappy part. I think it's the fact of the effort of the players out there on the court has really lost this fan base to the point of the fans are saying to themselves, what are we watching right now? There's 0 effort. We're putting in more effort sitting on our couches yelling at the TV than they're putting effort in on the defensive end or getting after guys. So I don't know. I thank you for your comment there, but I'm not a fan. And I don't agree whatsoever with that comment there. Dave Milton R., he commented and said they need to create more defensive pressure. They are doing a good job of not turning the ball over, but they need to make the other team turn the ball over. I agree. Getting after guys. You got to be able to get after guys. And effort on the defensive end. I get there isn't a lot of defense in the game in the NBA anymore. I mean, it's not like there's 0 defense, but there's not a lot, right? But there's a difference between that and what the Bucks are doing. The Bucks are lazy. I've said it before. They play lazy. They are about the laziest team I think I've watched, and it really does hurt to watch at times, this Bucks team. So I completely agree with you right there. And Mary Moore, she said they run out of steam in the second half, need to play the young bench guys. I agree. 100% agree. I have never understood the rotations of the Bucks, the lack of usage of Ajax and others on this roster, Camp, anybody like that. They don't rotate some of these younger pieces into there who give them the effort on the defensive end. Ajax coming into the league is a known defender. He came out of UConn. This guy defends very well. That's what his scouting report says. This guy's a bigger defender, but he's not as great on the offensive end. We don't even use him in those situations. So, I mean, I completely agree with you there, Mary. It is ridiculous right now, the lack of usage of some of these guys off the bench. Greg Drinkwine. I don't know if that's your real last name there, Greg, but I love it. If it is, I love it. Drinkwine on the end there. I love that name there. That would be a big N-O. Capitalize the N-O there. They are old and slow. I would be very surprised if they don't get swept in the first round. We've talked about it. This Bucks team is getting older. They're getting slower. I talked about it with Brook Lopez there, especially when they played the Golden State Warriors out there on that West Coast road trip, which was a big... That West Coast road trip was a big downfall for the Bucks out there because they won 1 game on that road trip there against some depleted rosters, right? Golden State was coming off a big loss to the Celtics. Like, what was it, a 60-point loss? I mean, it was crazy. Just stupid amount that they were losing by in that game. And then this Warriors team was down. The Bucks lose that game. They lose the game to the Lakers without LeBron. And then they won that game against the Eclipse there, but they lost another game out there to the Kings. A lot of tough losses on that road trip that the Bucks needed because I think, you came out of the All-Star break, you were hot, and then you lose some games on that road trip. That really killed the momentum of this team. But like I was saying there, I mean, that Warriors game really showed me. I mean, they didn't play Brook that much in that game. And that was a big reason for it, was simply because they just couldn't. They just couldn't put him out there because they were running circles around the Bucks there. So looking, I had another comment. This one's from Dave Sturdivant. I'm thinking I got that one. Sturdivant there. He said, don't play Beasley and Crowder. Do play Beachcamp, Jackson, and we'll be much better. I mean, I'm with you. I could see Beasley being in there just for his scoring because he is a pretty good three-point shooter, but lacks on the defensive end, and Crowder's been a non-factor for the Bucks this year. So for him to get rotation time over a guy like Beachcamp or even a guy like Jackson there, I disagree. I don't disagree with you. I disagree with the way that Doc runs the team there because I dislike that aspect of it. The Bucks really need to get those two on the basketball court here pretty soon because right now, lacking effort, I really do believe some of these young guys could give the effort that the Bucks are losing there. You can keep some of your other guys out there, Giannis and Dame and everybody else, but get some of those rotational pieces in there if you are Milwaukee. Dustin Reese, good old Dustin Reese there from Chicago Sports HQ out there. Shout out to Dustin Reese there. He said, what is going on is they miss Bud. I read that. I was like, Bud. And then I was like, oh, yeah, Budenholzer. I was like, yep. And I mean, I saw, and right after I saw he commented that there, I was on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it now, scrolling through there. And I saw somebody tweeted, Bobby Buckets tweeted out there, and he goes, Bud wasn't as bad as we might have made him out to be. 2019, 2 games from the finals. 2020 bubble year, arguably the best Bucks team we've seen prior to that. 2021 championship, 2022 back-to-back without Chris Middleton injury, ? And then 2023, Giannis injured in second quarter of game 1. I mean, you want to say that the Bucks have been riddled with injury this year? You look at Budenholzer's years right there. 2 straight years losing Chris Middleton and then Giannis basically for that Heat series. So, I mean, was Budenholzer the problem? I don't know. I don't know. They haven't answered that question yet because as of late, we've seen Adrian Griffin. Apparently, he wasn't good enough. We saw Doc Rivers now. Doc Rivers has got more losses than Adrian Griffin did on the year in like half the games. So, have we really proven to ourselves that Bud was the problem? I don't know. I don't know if we ever will get the truth answer to that. So, good stuff there. Good stuff there coming out of the comments. Thank you, everybody, for commenting there. Last but not least, I got the Doc Rivers comment coming after that Knicks game. This team is too talented, in my opinion, to go through this. Yeah, there's your expectation thing. They're too talented to go through this. Why is it happening then, Doc? Why is it happening? Can you explain that one to me? This all relies on the players wanting it. Effort. Getting after it. Simple as that. Simple as that. You can say that to me, Doc. You don't have to tell me that this team is too talented to be going through this. We know what they're going through. We're watching it. We're watching it on the court there. And it's the simple things, the little things throughout a game that they can't do right now. That's a big problem if you ask me in Milwaukee. So that was Doc Rivers' comment there. And I don't know. Bucks tonight, I'm hoping for a good game against the Celtics. That's all I'm going to say. Hoping for a good game against the Celtics there. But last but not least, I just got to get to this before we wrap it up here. I saw a post out there. This one was on Instagram there. I saw it. They said the top MLB rivalries according to ESPN. Number 1 was Phillies and Braves. Number 2 is Yankees and Astros. Number 3 is Padres and Dodgers. Number 4 is Rangers and Astros. And number 5 is the Red Sox and the Yankees. The Cardinals and Cubs? That's like one of the bigger rivalries in the game. I mean, this list is just... I read it and I was like, okay, Red Sox and Yankees would be higher for me, to be honest with you. The Yankees just hate the Astros. The Astros don't care about the Yankees, right? That's a one-way rivalry. The Astros don't care. Like, the Yankees fans are the only ones that get really butthurt when they hear about the Astros coming to town and everything like that. We get the, they cheated scandal again. I mean, that's all we get out of that. So, I mean, I don't like that one there. I mean, Rangers and Astros, that's a rivalry there. But Red Sox and Yankees, that's one of the older rivalries in baseball. And, I mean, so I thought that was interesting. I don't know what you guys got for your biggest rivalries in baseball, but I gotta say, I mean, I agree with a couple of them on that list, but not a fan. No Cubs, no Cardinals on there. And I mean, you have the Astros and Yankees. That's a one-way street there. It's a one-way street, and it ain't coming from Houston, I can tell you that much. So with that, this has been Wisconsin Sports on the Go with Trade. Thank you guys for listening. We'll catch you guys back here tomorrow. But until then, deuces.
Yeah, oh my Lord, watch me sway. Darkness falls and we all pray, hoping for the light of day. Down to the river, I have held the devil's hand, felt the weight of my own sin, burdened by the heart of man. Down to the river, down to the river.